What's going on, guys? Jones and Dogs here. Welcome back to the channel. Alright guys, you know what time it is, and you guys know how we do. It's time for another smooth unboxing. Alright guys, today I have a drone for you guys today. For all my drone lovers, I told you guys, as soon as the weather starts cooperating, we get some drones in the air for you guys. And as promised, I wouldn't disappoint you. And today, we might have a little sweet one, man. This is the Potensic. Oh my God, I can't even talk today. This is the Potensic Dreamer Mini, guys. Now, before I get into this unboxing, I want to clarify something. There is a GPS version of this, and then there's a non-GPS. This is the non-GPS version, okay? The 1080p non-GPS version. There's a GPS version that has like a 2.7K camera. This is the cheaper non-GPS version. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and check this bad boy out. You can see the box here. It has that real Phantom style look to it, you know what I'm saying? It's got that Phantom style look to it. So let's crack this bad boy open. You see we have some specifications here on the back of the box. Also a couple little specs here. Photo recording, video recording, high, low, speed, high, mid, low. Can you talk? High, mid, low, speed mode, altitude hold mode, heading hold mode, which is basically headless mode, Wi-Fi control, one button takeoff and landing, low battery alarm, and custom flight route. So, okay, that's cool. And they also have some specifications here on the back of the box, like the camera, QR code for the app, all that good stuff, you guys. So everything seems to be promising, and for the price point, I think it should be good. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, let's go ahead and get this bad boy out of the box. Let's see what we get here. And I can't remember how much it was. I think it was like 40 or 50 bucks. Don't quote me. I'll have to relook at the Amazon listing. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I think it was in that $50 range. Let's just say that. And if it's that, it should be decent. Either way, it wasn't too much. It's a decent, cheap beginner drone, guys. Beginner drone means, when I say beginner drone, it means it's not gonna have GPS, and it may or may not have optical flow. 9 times out of 10 it doesn't though. It's just your basic drone, guys. It might have a camera. Sometimes I do them without a camera, but most of the time they do have a camera. So just your basic drone with the basic things. You know, it flies regular, altitude hold. It may or may not have a camera. And it's just your basic drones with the basic flight characteristics, so you can learn how to fly a drone. That way, when you plan on upgrading and getting a more expensive drone, you know how to fly that drone if that drone happens to malfunction. If you fly your GPS or your more expensive drone like your DJI or your Parrot or whatever you're flying, and that thing should happen to malfunction, this drone will give you the skills that you need to be able to fly that thing manually and be able to get it back safely. That way you'll be able to have the basically the flight skills, the pilot skills to be able to fly a drone, guys, without having to rely on the GPS and all the stuff that comes with the more expensive drones. That's why I always say it's important. It's very important if you are a beginner pilot to start off with a beginner drone. If you are a beginner pilot, you don't want to start off with a $400 or $500 drone that has all the bells and whistles, and when that thing malfunctions, you don't know what to do. Because you've been used to flying that thing so long, and you've been used to flying with GPS and all this sensors and all that stuff, that if it happens to malfunction, you don't know what to do. So with these cheap drones, the best thing about them is that it has the basic flight functions, and you learn how to fly this, you will never be disappointed, guys. Because when you move up and you progress, your flight skills is going to be all the way there. Trust me. But anyways, with all that being said, let's go ahead and look at this drone. So look at this right here. We got precautions and flight tips. So it looks like you get a little quick start guide, which is cool. A little quick cheat sheet guide. That's pretty cool. It's showing you about the app and the controller and all that good stuff. A couple warning labels and stuff like that. Read the warning labels, and then you get the actual dedicated manual for this bad boy. This is the Potensic Dreamer Mini, guys. So definitely read the instructions, especially if this is your first drone. Go over everything, get familiar with the product, what everything does. Because sometimes, you know, there's some different functions and different things to get these things in the air that you may need to know. So, but I've flown a ton of drones, and I could pretty much figure things out besides the basic, you know, flight operations and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna go ahead and get this bad boy out of the box. I know you guys really want to see this. So presentation in the box is nice. There's also a version on Amazon, I believe, that you can get with a backpack, which is pretty cool. So go ahead and take this top tier off, and we're gonna go ahead and set this bad boy down here to the side there, you guys. So let's really take a look at the goodie bag. So we got some extra propellers, a full set of extra props, which is a bonus. That's nice. So you get that. You get a micro USB to a standard USB charger. I'm guessing this is probably going to be to charge our batteries. That's what I'm guessing. So prop guards. If you are a beginner and you're going to use the prop guards, use the prop guards indoors. Because in turn, if you're going to fly this bad boy indoors, you happen to crash into something or the wall, it's going to protect your motors and in turn protect whatever you crash into. Like say if you're flying, you happen to hit the TV, you don't want to be scuffing up your flat screen and stuff like that. But if you take this bad boy outside and you are a beginner, I suggest taking the prop guards off. So say if you crash into a tree or something like that, these things are going to get you caught up and you'll be in more trouble than you asked for. So, I mean, just take that tip from me, you know, take that tip from me and use it as you may. But, so it looks right away on the side here, these side compartments here, guys. If you look at the sides, I'm thinking these are the two batteries here. So this is a double battery version, which is nice for the cheap price. Like I said, this was cheap. I'm thinking it was like 50 bucks or something like that, guys. I want to say 50 bucks or something like that. This thing is, they're taped down. So yeah, you do get two of these batteries. Let's just crack one open for now. There's another one here on the side there. And proprietary battery, of course, but it is what it is. It's an 850 milliamp hour battery, 3.7 volt. No, I'm sorry. Rated capacity. It's a 1500. It's a 1500 milliamp hour battery. I'm sorry. I read the wrong thing. 800 milliamp is the max charge voltage, but it's a 1500 milliamp hour battery, 3.7 volts. So it's a 1S 1500 milliamp hour battery. You get two of these bad boys. So we should get a decent flight time. And it also has a power button here on the battery there. So, and then I'm looking for our charging. Where do we charge this bad boy at? How will we charge it? Okay. I'm not seeing where we charge this bad boy at. It's got to be somewhere. Huh. Where do we charge the battery? Okay, there we go. I'm tripping. So it's hiding here. Here's where you charge it. Micro USB goes right here. It was hiding there for a second. It goes right here, and there's you charge the battery, and there will be a light on here, of course, charging indicator letting you know when the battery is fully charged, guys. I couldn't find that for a second. So yeah, you get two batteries. Let's go ahead and look at the remote. Looks pretty decent. Looks like a pretty premium style remote control here. Look at that. Of course, we got our antennas here. Now, these are probably fake. I don't see any wires going through. Most of the time on these toy grade quadcopters, they're fake, guys. So yeah, look at that though. Nice looking, ergonomical, futuristic looking transmitter. It's pretty decent. So we got a power slider button here. I'm just guessing, guys. I haven't looked at anything. We got a mode switch button here. So if you wanted to fly in mode, one? I think we traditionally fly in mode, I think they call it mode 2 is what we fly here in the US. But if you wanted to switch the modes and fly in mode 1, you can switch the mode over. That's cool. This looks like to be maybe the headless mode and one key return button maybe, just guessing. And automatic takeoff, automatic land. I know we got some functions inside of the joysticks where you click and there's a function. I think there's a speed, or maybe there's a speed here and there's a 360 here. And we got a couple roller dials here. Yeah, a couple rollers. So And we got a couple functioning buttons here. One is labeled photo and video, and this might be our headless mode right here in the back right here, guys. So I'm just guessing just from looking at the pictures and from experience. So, but I will look at the directions, and when we get out for a flight, I will let you guys know exactly what each button does. But this is just my first impressions of what I think everything does. It's right out of the box. So we do got a phone mount here. Yeah. So that's pretty decent. And it folds in like that, guys. Pretty decent controller. Nothing to complain about yet anyways. And it only takes three AAA batteries. 3 AAA batteries, not included of course, but that's not too bad for your beginner drone, guys. Nice looking little transmitter there. Check that bad boy out. So, last but not least, you guys want to see the Dreamer. Here is, in case you guys was wondering, like I said, here is the second battery right there as well. But last but not least, besides, we got the drone. So it's already assembled. Looks like we already got our landing gear here. And when I say Phantom style drone, guys, you know, they went for that Phantomist look. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. This is the DJI Phantom 3. Right here. This is the DJI Phantom 3 standard right here. So this is what I mean when I say that Phantom style of a drone, guys. They went for the Phantom style. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it looks exactly like a Phantom or it's gonna fly like a Phantom, but you see what I'm saying when I say they went for a Phantom style with this drone. So that's what I mean. So take that with a grain of salt, guys. I know some of you guys like to be real shiesty in the comments, like, oh, there ain't no Phantom. No, I just said it resembles a Phantom, guys. But anyways, the drone looks pretty cool, pretty cheap, and but it feels nice. Potensic here on the top. We have our 1080p HD Wi-Fi FPV camera here. It looks like there's an SD card slot here in the rear. I'm not sure if that's operable or not. I will try to put one in there, and I will let you guys know when we get out and fly this bad boy, of course. Brush geared motor, so it's not gonna be brushless like the Phantom. Brush geared motors, and of course it's a lot smaller than the Phantom. Here is our battery bay here where you want to stick the battery, and I'm sure this battery probably won't have any charge in here, but we can try sticking the bad boy in for poops and giggles. How about that? So look at that, clicks right into place, which is really nice. Let's see. It's got a little charge on it. So we got red LEDs in the front, blue in the rear. Check that bad boy out. It's not a bad looking drone. The Potensic Dreamer Mini, guys. I'm saying, I don't know if that SD card is gonna work or the SD card slot is operable, but I would try putting one in there. I would hope it does work to get a nice, crisp, clean footage. And you are able to, I'm believing so, just adjust the camera from the remote control to get this camera to adjust down, because this camera does adjust. And that's pretty much everything in a nutshell with this bad boy, guys. So let me get these batteries charged up. It'll be a little bit for me, a few seconds for you guys, and we'll get this bad boy out for its first flight. Let's get it. All right, guys, so we are out for our first flight of this Potensic Dreamer Mini, guys. Real quick, want to correct myself from the table review. This looks like a micro SD card slot. There's an opening for a micro SD card. Do not put one in there. Even the instructions says you could put an SD card up to a 128 gigabyte. I tried to put one in there and lost it, guys. So if you guys don't want to end up losing one of your SD cards like I had to do, you're going to have to end up trying to open this camera, and that's going to be a pain. So unfortunately, yeah, I stuck one in there and it just slid right inside the camera. Tried to get it out, but hey, I'm not going to even keep messing with it. So that's unfortunate. That was one of my good SD cards. So do not try to put an SD card in this little slot, guys, or it will just drop into the camera. Even though instructions says you can, even though it looks like you can, it does not work. It just drops right into an empty space. So no SD card slot with this, guys. So it means that all the footage is going to be recorded via Wi-Fi directly back to your phone. So, which is a little bit unfortunate. I kind of like the SD card footage because the SD card footage is a little bit more crisp and cleaner, but it is what it is, guys. So let's just go ahead and get this bad boy a flight. I charged one of these batteries up. Let's go ahead and power this bad boy on. You see we got blue LEDs here in the rear and red flashing LEDs in the front. So let's go ahead and turn on the transmitter. And we should be bound. And press this button is a level calibration. You probably didn't see it calibrate, but it did. Short press of it is a level calibration, so I don't think we have to do up or down. Do we? Okay, yeah, we are bound. I was just checking to make sure we bound. So down the end starts the motors. Down the end stops the motors. Okay, and then let's calibrate it again. Let's go ahead and connect to the Wi-Fi of this bad boy. Potensic, DR, and some other letters. Blah, 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 blah. Go ahead and connect to that. So it has connected to that. Let's go ahead and get a screen recording going. So let's see. Start screen recording. 3, 2, 1, go. Screen recorder is started, you guys. So back out of that and let's get to this Potensic Fly app. Okay, Potensic Fly app says okay, connected. We should be able to start. Okay, so all right, it's telling me everything. That's all these little bullet notes. It's telling me what everything does on the app. This is cool. So we do got a dedicated video button from the transmitter, and we can also start it inside the app, but I'm gonna go ahead and just start the video inside the app. Intelligent mode, level of calibration, headless mode. Okay, I don't care about none of that. Get out of that. That's nice. Thanks for telling me. I don't want to know about none of that stuff. Okay, I'm trying to get out of that. I'm sorry, guys. Next. Trying to skip this little tutorial they got going on. It's like a little tutorial they got going on. Okay, all right. Had like a little prompt of everything, that how everything works. So let's see if we can start to record. Ooh, that took a photo. Click over. Now we can start the recording. Recording is started, you guys. All right, so we are connected. We should be able to just go ahead and take off. And there is an automatic takeoff button. That's long press it. And it takes off. Okay. Where you going? I think we are in the first rate. Let's check. Yeah, we were in the first rate. So we are in the first rate here. This Potensic, what is it? I think they call it the P5, the Dreamer Mini. So I'm full forward in the first rate. Obviously, you can tell the wind is blowing from behind me, because if I let go of the sticks, it just blows back that way. So the wind is obviously blowing from behind me. Slight breeze here today, guys. Camera looks pretty decent for Wi-Fi, FPV. It's supposed to be a 1080p camera, guys. So let's full forward into the wind. It's the second rate into the wind. Now I'm able to gain a little bit of a ground there and let it kind of just blow back. A little mini phantom looking drone. So it does do flips. We'll try to do a couple flips here before the battery gets too expired. Short pressing the 360 flip button and then giving it a direction, and it flips in any direction, guys. It's bright out here today. Sun is shining. So yeah, nice tight flips with this bad boy. But I always tell you guys, you don't really want to flip these brush geared motors too much, because you can prematurely kill the motor. So let's go to the high rate. 3 beats, we are in the highest rate now. The wind is starting to kick up. Oh yeah, we definitely got enough pep to fly around in the high rate. Okay. Not a bad flyer. Wi-Fi feed looks pretty decent as I periodically look down at it. I think Can we adjust the camera from up there? No, these little roller dials that's on here are inactive. So you actually have to manually adjust the camera from the ground, guys. Lack of power cannot roll. So it's telling me I can't do any more rolls. I know we're not in LVC warning already. It says lack of power, no more rolls. So can't do any more rolls. Let's see if these lights are flashing. No, lights are not flashing. It's just letting me know no more 360 rolls, but okay. And yeah, so you have to manually adjust that camera. These little roller dials that's on the transmitter are inoperable. They don't work, so manually adjust the camera from the ground. All right, so we got red LEDs in the front, blue in the rear, pretty bright, so you won't be able to see them, but definitely be able to see them at night. Ooh, that wind is gusting. Not bad. Yeah, no more flips. So this is just basically a beginner drone, like I was saying, guys. Learn to fly drone, and it's performing really well, as I thought it would. This is just when you get out and you know, learn your flight skills, learn how to move around the drone, and maybe line up the little camera and stuff like that. For when you get a more professional grade drone, your flight skills are there, you know. Because if you pay $400 or $500 for a drone doesn't mean that it's not gonna ever malfunction. And if it ever does malfunction, you want to know how to be able to fly that bad boy back to yourself if it ever does. Now I forget how many minutes of flight time they boast with these batteries, but we get 2 batteries. So solid flyer. Solid flyer. Not a whole lot to say, guys. It's a solid flyer. It's performing as I expected to. That sun is blinding me right now. I get the sun behind me. Little Phantom style drone. Yeah, nice beginner little flyer. Straight to the basics of what you want in a drone. You know what I'm saying? One that's gonna fly and perform pretty decent. I still don't see them lights flashing. We don't have flashing lights yet, so we still got decent battery according to the lights anyways. Of course, wind is blowing, guys. It's a little breezy out here, so the camera footage has no gimbal or stabilization and nothing. So with the wind blowing it around up there, of course, the footage is going to be rocky. So keep that in mind. But like I said, these beginner drones are really not made for you to be getting, you know, cinematic flight footage. They're made for you to basically be able to learn how to fly your drone and be able to have a little fun with it, guys. Straight out of the box. That's what these are for, guys. Cheap beginner, learn to fly drones. It's performing really well, though. I'm actually pretty impressed with it. Nice flyer. said you get 2 batteries with this bad boy, guys. So that's pretty sweet too. So you can be like, look, I want to look at my roof. Check out your roof if you wanted to check out your roof. Use a beginner. Right over here. Bring it back to myself. Yeah, this is a decent one. Periodically looking at the Wi-Fi feed just to see if I'm getting any breakups. Yeah, I can't complain. Other than the fact I lost my SD card in there, I wasn't too happy about that, but camera feed actually looks pretty decent. Alright guys, I think I pretty much demonstrated for our first flight test is pretty decent. And it's flying longer than I thought it would. Honestly, still no flashing lights yet. So that's pretty good, that's pretty decent. Start to bring it down. Slowly descending down. Yeah, this is not a bad flyer at all. Hey guys, you see me? Yeah, not bad at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop that recording. Decent little flyer, guys. Now the true test will be be able to stick this landing and all this breeze. Because with these quadcopters, these phantom style quadcopters, they're prone to tipping over when you go to land them, especially in wind. So that'll be the true test. Can we land this bad boy without tipping it over? All right, let's hit this automatic land. As soon as this wind stop blowing, I can't hit it. My phone is about to die. Automatic land. You gotta long press it. Woo! And of course, I knew it was gonna tip over, but you have to long press the automatic land to get it to land, guys. So not a bad little flyer. This little Potensic Dreamer, guys. First flight of this bad boy. Not too shabby, especially with the price point in mind. Good beginner drone. Performed pretty well. No lag in the controls or nothing like that. Everything seemed to be pretty decent with it. So I'm your boy Drones and Dogs. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Catch you guys in the next episode. You know what it is. Deuces.